A lot of people come to me and ask, Pashi, why are skull keys so expensive? Pashi, why are skull keys dropping? This, that, right? So this video is going to serve as a little economic lesson on why skull keys are expensive at the beginning of wipe and why skull keys become so cheap at the end of wipe. And there's a bit of context you need to understand regarding skull keys. This can be a one-take video. If it's dog shit, whatever. So, what is a skull key? A skull key is an item that opens a skull door. What is a skull door? Well, there are 3 maps in Dark and Darker. There is Goblin Caves, there is Ice Caverns, and there's Crypts. Ice Cavern has the second layer, Ice Abyss. Crypts has the second layer, Inferno. In Inferno, there are 3 bosses in the Dark Ritual Room that can spawn. The Skeleton Warlord, the Lich, and the Ghost King. These 3 bosses, when you kill them in the Dark Ritual Room on any of these 2 modules, because they all have an equally chance to spawn, have a chance to drop the Skull Key. And as you can see here, here are the drop rates. Skeleton Warlord, 0.2. Lich, 0.2. Ghost King, 2%. And then you have this Elite variant. What is the Elite variant? The Elite variant is the boss on High Roller. So, what is High Roller? There's 2 modes to Dark and Darker. There's Normal and High Roller. When you go in High Roller, the Elite version of the boss is the boss that you'll fight. You also see these 2 Skull Key loose loot drop rates. What these are is in Inferno, there's 2 different types of maps. You see here, these are the 2 different types of maps Inferno can have. On the first module or first map of Inferno, on Demon Throne here, right here, there is a 0.5 to 1%, depending on the mode you're in, chance for the Skull Key to drop here. So this is a Skull Key location. Now, where is the Skull Door? And what is the Skull Door? What is the Skull Key room? Well, on Inferno number 2, right here at Demon Gate, there is a big door here. You open the door, there's some mobs, kill the mobs, open the door. You pull this lever, a walkway comes out, and you walk up, and this is the Skull Door. What does the Skull Key room have? The Skull Key room has 2 random special chests, 3 random large chests, 2 random medium chests, 2 random small chests, 1 random weapon drop, 1 generic drop, 1 potion drop, and some mobs. What is so special about this? This doesn't look like anything crazy. Well, if you've ever played Dark and Darker before, there is actually a chance, a very high chance, unironically, for unique items to drop, or artifacts. Kuma's Claw, Kuma's Fang, Fulgore, Viola. And when I mean drop in the Skull room. Ryan 6 days a week has a video on the drop rates for the artifacts in the Skull Key room, if you want to go check that out. But you can get items like these. Why do you want items like these? Well, these items are extremely expensive and sought after. Thousands and hundreds of thousands of gold these items can sell for skull keys or chests or bags or whatever, right? So that is why you would want a skull key to get into the Skull Key room to get named uniques. You have a chance to get all of these, right? It's cool. The next thing you need to understand is what is a wipe in Dark and Darker. Every X amount of months set by the developers, there is a wipe. What a wipe entails is all of your characters' levels reset back to level 1. So for example, I would have all these characters still. They would all go back to level 1. You lose all your gear. You lose all your items, all your gold, everything. All this is gone when a wipe happens. Everything. Everything is gone. Now, stuff like this, your races, item skins, emotes, lobby emotes, motions, stay with your character because they're account bound. Your ranks also reset. You get your ranked rewards on the wipe. Everyone, the leaderboard resets. You know, the market goes away. You know, just think of the wipe as everything goes away except, like, you know, not necessarily your character. Well, your character progression does go away, but the characters itself do not get deleted. Why is the wipe important to understand for Skull Key prices? Well, early on in the wipe, there are only so many ways for you to store gold. And these are the 3 ways for you to store gold in the whole entire game. You have gold coin chests, gold coin bags, and gold coin purse. Gold coin purse can be bought from the treasure for 5 gold. Coin bags can be gotten from the favorite fleshy quest from the Goblin Merchant, I believe. And you can also craft them at the Leathersmith for 1 troll pelt and 4 wolf pelt. So bags are going to be the quickest thing people are going to get. And then golden coin chests drop from high roller golden piles, which are located in all 3 maps. Frost Wyvern, kill the Frost Wyvern, kill the boss in Goblin Caves, kill the boss in Inferno, and you have access to a high roller gold pile. There's like a 1% drop chance for the gold coin chest to be acquired from the pile when you loot it. So why is this important? Why do we need to know this? Well, people like to often store wealth into skull keys. That's just a thing. Why do people like to store wealth in skull keys? Well, if you go to the Discord, the Collectors Guild Discord, just people oftentimes they just trade their named uniques in skull keys. It's just the precedent. It's set. It's what people trade in. People used to trade in gold keys, but they realized that the value of the gold key is not really that strong, because once upon a time, gold keys used to have a chance to have named uniques in the room, but now they removed it. They kind of nerfed the gold key room, and now everybody is trading in skull keys now. So the skull key is the accepted currency for dark and darker high artifact trading. And if you want to trade, right, in dark and darker, you're not going to be trading with coin chests, right? You're not going to be like, all right, here, yeah, take my coin chest. I'll give you 10 coin chests for your gear, or 10 bags. Well, people do trade in bags, but people don't trade in gold coin chests. So when people are buying and selling high tier items with their, gold, they're going to be using skull keys to trade. So from what we just discussed, we can confidently say that skull keys are indeed a currency. However, the currency is backed by its inherent value. You actually, when you go to the market, right, in Dark and Darker, you don't buy and sell things in skull keys. You buy and sell things in gold. Gold is the true currency for Dark and Darker. Skull keys are an alternative currency for Dark and Darker. You also have to consider there is a big RMT market in Dark and Darker, so the skull key is not only backed by regular players, but it's backed by high tier RMTers, or people that RMT, that sell skull keys for real money, right? Skull keys are an often RMT'd object, right? When people RMT, they're not going to buy like, yeah, I mean, sometimes, right, people probably buy the gold, but most times I would assume if people want to make, big purchases in RMT, it's pretty inefficient to purchase 100,000 gold, because where are you going to store 100,000 gold, right? You have to consider that skull keys are a much portable storage. Think about it like this. Skull keys at the beginning of wipe are like 50,000 gold, right? So think of that. 50,000 gold, 1 skull key is. That is 5 full entire coin chests, or 50 coin bags, right? So to have an item that is a 1x2 that represents 50,000 gold is so efficient inventory wise that it's a no-brainer for everybody to use skull keys as a currency, right? So at the beginning of wipe, skull keys have a strong inherent value because we're at the beginning of wipe. There's no worry. Your investment is safe at the beginning of wipe because the wipe is not close. Now, when we get towards the end of wipe, usually how it goes is everything that people invest their gold into that is like a currency in a sense, so coin bags, coin chests, and skull keys, drop in value because people want pure gold to buy and sell items. Because at the end of the day, yes, artifacts are indeed traded with skull keys, but it is the gold, the true gold that you're going to use in order to buy those BIS pieces, right? It's not really efficient anymore to just go, like, you're not really going to buy a chess piece for like a skull key or two because skull keys are so expensive, right? You're going to buy your BIS chess piece for like 20k gold or like 10k gold or something. So people liquidate their skull keys at the end of wipe to have that high amount of gold to buy all this gear to run.